Hello and welcome to my channel. As you know that we have started a series of verbs and you can see here this is the uh, seventh video about verbs. You can see it here, the kinds of verb part 7. The kinds of verb part 7. Apart from this, I would like to tell you something that the same video will be available on my YouTube channel in 3 more languages. You can say the same video will be available in Biravi language, Balochi language, and Urdu language. You can say 2 local languages, native languages, 1 national language, and this one I am speaking now, it is international language. In this video, we will know about you can say the kind of the verb that we have brought for today's lesson is very tricky. As we have seen that in our school line or there that we mostly have hated the subject that was maths or mathematics. Here in English language, you can say ESL, we mostly have hated when we were new learners, when we were learning at our time. So that time, the thing related to the English language was mostly hated was the irregular verbs. Okay, they have no rules that should be repeated, or you can say no other rules. Each and everything has a rule, but when it comes to the irregular verbs, you try a lot, but you will not be able to find out the head and the toes of this concept. Okay, you will not be able to find out where is the head and where are the toes. Okay, so that's why the best way for these verbs is to memorize them, to bring such verbs in your daily usage, okay, your daily routine. Otherwise you will have no options. Why? Because these verbs have no rules to be repeated. Okay, so that's why the best way is to memorize them. How? By using them in your daily routine. Okay, this is the best way. Let's go to them without any delay. I have actually put them in some categories. Actually, they don't have categories, but still a little bit I have tried my best to make things easier for you. That the first category is this, that the verbs which have 3 forms in different, you can say, style. Means when you conjugate them, they are pronounced differently. Okay, so here I remembered one thing. Some of the speakers I have seen actually that they pronounce the word, the noun, that they say pronunciation. You have to pronounce the word pronunciation, not pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation, no, pronunciation. Pronunciation, pronunciation. But when it comes to the verb pronounce, then you can say pronounce. But when it comes to the noun, that is pronunciation, not pronunciation. Okay, so remember this. So as I said before, that such verbs which have different forms while pronouncing them. Okay, here I'm talking about the verb pronounce. But when I talk about the noun, then I use the style that pronunciation. Okay, remember this. So the verbs which have 3 forms in 3 styles, you can say different styles. Okay, spelling is different and pronunciation is different. Like go, went, gone, write, wrote, written, hide, hid, hidden. Some other examples like this: speak, spoke, spoken, do, did, done, drink, drank, drunk, drive, drove, driven. Okay. So that's the first category. Now let's go to the second category. That is that the first form of the verb, when it comes to the conjugation, so the first form is different, but the second form and the third form both are the same. Okay, same spelling, same pronunciation. Okay, okay. Feel, felt, felt. Spend, spent, spent. Say, said, said. Okay. Now the third category is this, that here I have found just one verb. Maybe it is possible that you can have some other verbs like this, but I have found just one verb that spellings are the same. Okay, of you can say the three forms. First form, second form, third form are in the same spelling, but when it comes to the conjugation, the pronunciation is different. Okay, so I will read the verb for you, then you can judge. Read, 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 read. Read, read, read. Okay, now the last category is this, that the verbs which have the same spelling, same pronunciation. Okay, very easy. This is the easiest part of the irregular verbs. Okay, like same spelling, same pronunciation when you conjugate them. Okay, shut, shut, shut. Cut, cut, cut. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Quit, quit, quit. Hit, hit, hit. Okay, now let's go to the verbs regular. Okay, here we learned about irregular verbs. Here we will learn about regular verbs. Okay, regular and irregular verbs. If I have forgotten, I'm sorry. Okay, now here I have put them in a little bit, and you can say some categories, so that it should be a little bit easier for you to understand. Okay, first sign about the regular verbs is that these verbs take ed when we convert the first form into second and third form. They take only ed. This is the sign of regular verbs. Remember this. Okay. Now here I have brought the first category. In this category, I would like to tell you that whenever your verb ends with y, but before y there is a consonant. But remember that I am talking about regular verbs, okay? Not irregular verbs, okay? I'm talking about regular verbs, okay? So whenever your verb ends with y, but before y there is a consonant, okay, then you will have to drop that y. So in place of y, you have to replace I, then e, then e, then d. You have to drop y. In place of y, you will have to put I, then e, then d. Okay, you can see examples now. Apply. Now the word is ending with y, but before y there is a consonant. Okay, so in such cases we drop y completely. Okay, in place of y we put I, then e, then d. Okay, while conjugating the verbs. Okay, the first one is apply, applied, applied. Apply, applied, applied. Rely, relied, relied. Okay, the third one is copy, copied, copied. Now you can see here this y is available, but here in these you can say words it's not available. Why? Because we have dropped it for the second and third form. Okay, so this was the first rule. The main rule, as I said before, that they take ed. Regular verbs take ed for their second and third form. Okay, now some other there's another category that they make the sound id, like id, mid, kid. Okay, like this. So such verbs: land, land, landed, landed, land, landed, landed. Okay, the second second verb: correct, corrected, corrected. Okay, now two other verbs you can say I have brought for you, that they make only d sound, d, d. Okay, such verbs end with the sound like this. Okay, d, like spared, 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 spared. Okay, the second one: clean, clean, cleaned, cleaned. Okay, now here comes the problem, that I have seen some of the speakers that they pronounce the verb cook, they pronounce it like cooked. Even some of the Indians I have seen pronouncing it like this. So it's wrong, completely wrong. But I don't think those Indians belong to the larger cities. Maybe they belong to the rural areas, or you can say remote areas. You can say those are the maybe the villagers, some of the villages. Okay, so possible. I'm not blaming everyone. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to that you can say include everyone, but I am talking about some of these speakers. That they pronounce this word, when it comes to the conjugation, they pronounce it like cooked. So it's wrong. Okay, don't pronounce it like this. So here sometimes I wonder that how Indians can pronounce such words like this, because India has the second number in speaking English. Okay, you can say those apart from you can say that that European countries, or you could say Western countries, that where they speak English, like America, okay, speak English, and you can say that Britain, or you can say England, they speak English. Maybe other parts of that that South America, Northern America, okay, these all Europe, in some countries. But apart from these, that Australia has its own English, and New Zealand has its own English, and Africa has its own English. Okay, apart from their own, you can say that native languages, okay, they have their own English. But after those countries, India has the second number, okay, for speaking English. But that's why I was surprised that how can Indians pronounce that this word like this. Then I thought maybe these guys belong to the rural areas. Okay, that that outside of the cities, you can say they don't belong to the larger cities. So that's why it can be a problem, because whenever a person is living in a village, so that's very difficult to collect such things, and memorize such things, and that conjugate such things, and that practice such things. So it's very, very difficult, especially for a villager. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say everyone. Okay, I'm talking about just a group, a party. Okay, apart from the whole, you can say. Anyway, so here, yes, I was talking that uh, I have brought some verbs for you that they end with some letters, specific letters. Whenever your verbs end with these letters, then you must pronounce them with the T sound, okay, not D. Remember this, okay? I have tried my best to convey you the best thing, okay? So here you can see that I didn't remember that time, but when I remembered it, I just put it here. You can say So the first one, whenever your verb ends with ch, whenever your verb ends with ch, but I'm talking about regular verb, okay? Not irregular. Those verbs that that catch, caught, teach, taught. Those are irregular verbs. I'm talking about the regular verbs, okay? Whenever your verb ends with ch, like match, then you have to pronounce it like matched, matched. Another verb like this, that reach, reached, reached. Okay, that was the first one. The second one is uh, the you can say that anyway, I should say the first one here. That was the first one. This is the second one. Okay, cook. Mostly this word is mispronounced. Okay, I have ever seen in, you can say, English history. Okay, okay, the first one, cook. The second one is cooked. The third form is cooked. Cook, cooked, cooked. Okay, we do not say that that cooked, cooked. It's wrong. Okay, don't say this. Okay, the second verb, whenever your verb ends with ck, but before it was ch, then k, now ck. Whenever your verb ends with ck, here our main purpose is to the sound, that is k, ka, k sound. Okay, so whether your verb ends with ck, whether it ends with k, whether it ends with c, so you have to bring the sound t while converting the first form into second form and third form. Okay, and at the time of conjugation, okay, when you are conjugating the verbs, then you'll have to pronounce them like t. Okay, here you can see mock, mocked, mocked, mock, mocked, mocked. Let's bring another example, that is lock, locked, locked. Another example, lick, licked, licked. Another example, you can say that kick, kicked, kicked. Okay, now whenever your verb ends with p, okay, I'm talking about the p sound. Okay, whether there is a silent okay, there is another, you can say, silent e at the end of the verb, or only your verb ends with p, then you'll have to make it a t sound. Okay, not d sound, or you can say other odd sounds, or strange sounds. No, just t sound, clear t. Okay, now I'll read this word for you. Whenever your word ends with p sound, okay, then you'll have to pronounce it like t. Okay, while conjugating the first form, while conjugating the second form and third form. Okay, stop, stopped, stopped, stop, stopped, stopped. Okay, some other examples like that, flop, flopped, flopped. Another example, you can say that scape, scaped, scapped. Another example, drip, dripped, dripped. Another example I remember that clap, clapped, clapped. Another example I remember, slap, slapped, slapped. Another example I remember, that shop, shopped, shopped. Okay, clear? Now let's go to this word. Whenever your verb ends with sh, okay, sh sound like this. Okay, then you'll have to bring t sound. You'll have to put t sound. Okay, no sound, no, etc. Okay, those all, you can say, strange or weird sounds. No, clear t. Okay, like wash, washed, washed, wash, washed, washed. Don't say washed, wrong. Wash, washed, washed. Take another example. Wish, wished, wished. Another example. Smash, smashed, smashed. Okay. Another example. Clash, clashed, clashed. Another example. Dash, dashed, dashed. Okay. So I think that's clear. Now, whenever your verb ends with S, whenever your verb ends with S, then you'll have to pronounce it T, not D. Okay? While you can say converting the first form into second form and third form. So, the verb which I said that end with S, you have to make it T sound. Like miss, missed, missed. If you bring another verb that is kiss, kissed, kissed. If you bring another verb that is pass, passed, passed. Okay? I think this one we have read already. So you must remember these rules so that it should be easy for you to understand, okay, the way of pronunciation while conjugating the verbs, okay? So it's very difficult sometimes, to pronounce them, okay? It's very difficult. Anyway, you can see the verb. When your verb ends with K, your verb ends with CK. When your verb ends with P, when your verb ends with SH, when your verb ends with S, okay, and when your verb ends with CH, okay, then you must pronounce the sound that is, okay, T, not D sound. Remember this, okay? So I think this is enough for today. So I hope you have understood the way of you can say teaching, okay, of mine, and you have understood also the concept fully, okay? So I think we'll come back soon after this break, okay? So stay with us.